Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the online class. Our topic for today is decimal. So, decimal is a way of expressing fraction. So, in the previous chapter, we have read about the fraction. Let us recall the fraction. So, in a fraction, there are basically two numbers, numerator and denominator. Numerator and denominator, right? So, numerator, this is a whole number, and in the fraction we have a denominator, that is the part of this whole number, that is the part of this whole number, right? So 8 by 100, right? By 100. So in this 100, this is the unit part, 10, 100, right? So this is the 100 part, 100 part. So in a whole number, the more we go to the right hand side, suppose we take a number like 10, okay, the more we go on the right hand side, the value of this number increases, okay, the value of this number increases. And if we go to the right hand side, the value increases, and if we go to the left hand side, the value remains the same. What I mean to say, if I add one more zero here, this 100 becomes 1000, and on the left hand side, if we add one more zero here, it still becomes 1000 only, okay. So on the right hand side, if we go on putting the digits, the value of the number increases, right? It is similarly with the uh, decimals also. Suppose we take a decimal 0.8, right? 0.8. Suppose if we take here, the value increases, right? We put a 0 on here, the value increases. But if we keep on putting this one onto the right hand side, the value remains the same, okay, the value remains the same. So this is the 100 part. If we add one more zero, it becomes the 1000 part. So on the left hand side, the value increases, the value increases. In a scale, now we take the example of the scale, okay. So in a scale, if we see from 0 to 1, there are 10 small lines, there are 10 small lines. If you see can here, from 0 to 1, there are 10 small lines, you can see in your scale. So what this lines indicate, this lines indicates the fractions between 0 to 1, okay. And these are 1 2 3 4 5. The fifth one will be much bigger than the other, then 6 7 8 9, and then on the 10th part we have 1, right? We have 1. So we have 0 to 9, and then we have 1, and so it goes on from 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, like that. It has small lines that indicates the fraction. These small lines are the fraction between 0 to 1, which can be expressed in decimals. These are 10 fractions. Basically, the fifth one is a little bit bigger than the others, okay. And these fractions can be converted or expressed into the decimals number. Suppose we take 4. So how we are going to write this one? First the number 0 0.4, 0.4, right? So this is 0.4. So, and in the scale, if you see, there is a centimeter, there's a centimeter, so we write 0.4 centimeter, okay. Then we'll explain what is a point. So 8.0, we will read it as 8. This will be read as point. Okay, 8.0, 8.0. Okay, then we'll see what is the shifting of point. Please understand what is the shifting of point. In your 4th standard, I have explained you as the shifting as point as 2 types. One when we add, when we multiply, and one when it is divided. Okay, so when multiplied by 10, any decimal when multiplied by 10, it shifts the point towards the right hand side. It shifts the point towards the right hand side. So 8.0 into 10, so what it is going to do, it is going to shift it into the right hand side in this way, and that becomes 80. 8.0 into 10, it becomes 80, right? We take another example, 0.7 into 100. 0.7 into 100. So what happens here? 1 0 cancel, the first shifting towards the right, one more 0 cancel, we put a 0 and we shift it one more time. That becomes 70. So 0.7 into 100, it becomes 70. Okay, 0.7 into 100, it becomes 70. When this number gets divided, when multiplied, it goes right hand side. And when it is divided, it goes towards the left hand side. When multiplied, towards the right hand side. When divide, it goes towards the left hand side. The point shifts into left hand side. Suppose we take the same example, 8.0 divided by 10. 8.0 divided by 10. So 1 0 cancel, when divided it shifts to the left hand side. Okay, and here nothing means 0, the point becomes here. So 8.0 divided by 10, it becomes 0.8. Similarly, we take the same example to understand it much better. 0.7 divided by 100 or divided by 10, it shifts towards the 1 0 cancel, it shifts towards the left hand side. The point becomes here, and nothing means 0.07. This is the shifting of points or shifting of decimals.